Alright, guys, let's move on to the Jeepers Creepers series. We got Jeepers Creepers Reborn coming out in September, day before my birthday, actually. And low expectations, especially after the third movie. But I just found out it's a reboot. 'Cause like I said in the last few videos and stuff, I don't watch trailers like 90% of the time, like unless I accidentally something comes on YouTube or the TV and stuff, and I'm just not paying attention and shit. I'm watching a trailer now, but found out it's a reboot, and that's something I don't mind hearing and stuff. Like knowing that it's a reboot is something I'd like to know before going into a movie that's part of a franchise. So definitely something that I didn't mind getting spoiled for me. That it's a remake or reboot, whatever you want to call it. So Jeepers Creepers 2001, directed by Victor Salva, who directed and wrote all three of these. We have Gina Phillips and Justin Long, who I enjoy Justin Long, like in these certain types of roles. Like when he's always playing like the straight dude who's just like a caring person and stuff, like a normal down to earth guy. Like I like him in those roles. Like Drag Me to Hell, his role in that. I don't care for him in other roles that I can't even have one come to mind at the moment. But like when he plays roles like this, I highly enjoy watching Justin Long perform in movies. And Gina Phillips does a great job too, and she hasn't been in a lot of things before or since, but she does a great job in this movie. So it opens up with Trish and Dari driving down some highway. I think it's Florida, if I'm right. Or they shot it in Florida. Who knows? It doesn't matter. They're driving down a highway. That's all you need to fucking know. And they're playing like the little license plate game, and they gotta pick the license plate and like call it, and then when they get close, if they're right, then they get a point or something like that. I don't know, cute little game, and it's a cool way to like draw attention to the creeper's license plate of be eating you, and like just to introduce that license plate as it is pretty prevalent like throughout this series and everything. So cool little way of showing that off and bringing attention to that to tie it in with the game that they're playing. And the Creeper's truck, I love in this movie. It's just that type of truck you just do not trust. Like seeing this truck like on the fucking road like next to you or something like would immediately make me think like there's a fucking killer in there. Like just the way it looks, like it has such a good look in this movie, which I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with the third one, but we'll get to that. The creeper's truck trying to run them off the road, that's gotta be fucking terrifying, man. Having this big ass truck trying to run you off the road, and just you're trying to tell him like just fucking pass, man, just pass us by, and he's just still behind you, like about to ram into you. That's gotta be some scary shit, like absolutely. Their whole little bro-sis relationship between the two of them, brother and sister. I always say bro-sis, it's a thing that me and my sister always say. And I've mentioned, I think, once on the channel that it was, originally it was supposed to be me and my sister doing this channel together, and we were going to call it the Brosis Horror, whatever. But and then she got big into TikTok and doing her own thing on there and stuff, and she's not like a huge horror fanatic like I am. So like she's like, I don't know what to say, like I don't know, like I can't talk about film like you and stuff. I'm like, just say whatever the fuck you want. It'll be our channel. I can say whatever the hell you want. And like I don't know. So I said, fuck it. All right, I'm not waiting no more. I'm doing it. I'll just do it myself. But she will be a guest on here from time to time, which I've mentioned also that American Psycho is one of her favorite movies. So I'm saving that movie for her, for when she could do a guest spot on this channel. So that'll be cool. But their whole relationship as brother and sister is very believable. I was just saying in the Orphan video I did last that it's very hard to portray like a family or like a brother and sister relationship, or two brothers, two sisters, or anything like that, and have it be believable. And they do a great job in this movie. Like, the performances from both Long and Phillips are very well done in this movie. I lost my train of thought for a second. And they just feel like a real brother and sister. Like, the way that they fuck around with each other, the way they talk to each other and stuff. It reminds me of me and my sister's relationship a little bit, just like that, except I'm the older one. But really cool to see. Imagine seeing somebody tossing fucking bodies down a pipe while you're driving by on the fucking highway. Like, I would just keep driving. Like, absolutely. Seriously? Like, I'll get into it in a second, but... Well, actually, that's the next thing I wrote down. Darry's a fucking idiot. The end. Like, the whole thing with him saying, let's go back there, we need to check down that pipe. Are you fucking serious? Dude, you just saw this guy dumping dead bodies wrapped in sheet with fucking blood on it. And that's like, and you could see it clearly. And that's a great shot too, when they're passing by and stuff. Like, it's like a long, far away shot, and them driving by, seeing the creeper throwing the bodies down the tunnel or the pipe or whatever. Such a cool shot. I love that shot. And he wants to go back there. And then he tries guilt tripping his sister by saying, like, what if someone's still alive there? And then, like, really fucking guilt trips her by saying, what if it was you back there? You're a dick, Darry. Like, Darry's a fucking dick in this movie. But, like, she's a bitch, too. Like, went, like, at times and stuff, and I'll get into that. But, like, the two of them could be very bitch-dickish at times during this movie. Like, for sure. But, just the whole thing of let's go in that pipe and mess with his shit. No. Like, that's the answer. Absolutely not. And the church, the condemned church with all the crows and everything, looks really good. Like, it's a creepy abandoned church. It has like this whole movie has such a good atmosphere to it. Just like I love horror movies like that deal with, like, slashers obviously are my favorite, as I've said many times on here. But I love horror films, when done right, that are based around, like, myths and, like, urban legend, folklore type stuff like that. I absolutely love movies like that. Maybe that's why The Empty Man worked so well for me. And what other movies I can think of? Butterfly Kisses, the found footage movie. I did a video on that. And even though that's like a meta found footage movie and stuff, and like the legend part is only like one layer of multiple layers in that film, awesome stuff. Like with that whole urban legend of Peeping Tom and everything. I love that type of stuff. Like, just like urban legend, folklore types, monsters or cryptids or anything like that. And there's no doubt in my mind that the creeper was based on the Jersey Devil. Like, absolutely was based on the Jersey Devil. Which, when I was a little younger, I was obsessed with cryptids and stuff. Like, I used to watch documentaries on them and read articles on them and watch YouTube video, anything that I can get my hands on. For a fucking Bigfoot and a Loch Ness Monster and fucking Chupacabra and fucking Jersey Devil, like all that shit. Which now, looking back and stuff, like, I really don't believe in any of that shit. But it is interesting though, like, without a doubt. And they definitely base the creeper in some way off the Jersey Devil, like, absolutely. Which is such an interesting cryptid. The Jersey Devil, like, if you've ever, like, read up on that or, like, watched a documentary or anything, really interesting shit. Like, complete bullshit 99%, yeah, but still interesting nonetheless. And Trish even says, with the whole fucking line that she gives when they get back there to the church, when they're going, he's about to go down the pipe, And she says, like, you know that part in horror movies where everybody's yelling at you that you're about to do something incredibly stupid and then they hate you for it? Like, this is that moment. Like, bravo, Trish. Like, I was saying that the first time I saw this movie when it came out. I was saying that shit as soon as he opened his mouth about saying we gotta go back there and check. I'm like, no, you don't. I'm like, what are you, fucking stupid? And he is stupid. End of story. Why is everyone so afraid of fucking rats in horror movies? If I see one more fucking rat in a horror film, I'm going to go out and start exterminating all the rats everywhere so that they can't find a rat to use in a horror movie anymore. It is so annoying. It is so overused. It's so cliched now. It's every negative thing that you could think of applies to the whole rat in a horror movie thing. Especially, and it's most of the time, this is why you get a rat in a horror movie. Like slasher movies or movies where people are hiding from ghosts or demons, anything like that. You got a fucking serial killer coming after you. You have a demonic fucking spirit or whatever that's trying to find you. And a rat scares you more. That you have to like freak out so that the killer or the ghost or the demon or whatever the fuck knows where you are and comes find you. That's so annoying, man. Like from Friday the 13th Part 2 to The Prowler to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the remake, which I was just watching this morning, rewatching it. And I was pissed then because I just brought up the rat thing like a week ago or something in some video. And it's so tired. I'm like, please don't add that in the movie. Like, if anyone out there is working on a script or something, please don't put a rat in your movie because it would infuriate me. Like, really. Like, I just don't get it, dude. I mean, yeah, like, if a rat was fucking crawling on me, I wouldn't be, like, the most comfortable person in the world. It would still fucking, like, piss me off and, like, yeah, disgust me. But not enough to, like, break silence or fucking freak the fuck out, knowing that there's a lot more dangerous shit outside what I'm hiding from. Like, I don't know. It's just such a tired trope at this point, and it's been for so long now. It has to just completely be retired from movies. And that he ends up falling down the pipe and stuff because of the rat. Again, he's fucking more afraid of these rats than falling down this long pipe and doesn't know how far it goes down for and falling and hurting himself. And yeah, he's fucking kicking his legs and everything, but then he gives her shit for fucking dropping him and saying like, oh, way to come through, Trish, or something like that, and like giving her shit. And she's like, oh, you were like, and she's apologizing. She's like, I'm sorry, like, I was trying to hold your legs, and, like, you were kicking and stuff. And then she says, like, what do you want me to do? There were rats in my face, too. You're a fucking liar. Like, straight up, that bitch is lying. Like, you watch that scene, Derry is down the fucking pipe, hanging down the pipe, and she's holding his legs. The rats start crawling up, like, by Derry's face and arms and stuff. And then he falls. And then, after she falls backwards, after dropping him, like a few feet from the pipe, a few rats fall out right in front of the pipe. There were no rats flying in your face, you fucking exaggerating liar. Like, come on, get out of here. And wouldn't he have fallen and, like, broke his fall on, like, 2 or 3 bodies? Because like the creeper just threw like 2 or 3 bodies down there when they saw him when they were passing. And when he falls, he just falls right on the ground. Like, wouldn't those bodies be right there? Like, wouldn't they fall the same way down the pipe and fall on the floor and be stacked on top of each other almost? So when he falls, it would break his fall, like falling on 3 dead bodies. I mean, I don't know how much it would break his fall, but they should have been there, is the point I'm fucking making. There should have been 2, 3 bodies right where he landed, and there's not. and the dead dude with the that he heard, like when he said, "I heard someone down there," and then he goes to open the bag or whatever that the body's wrapped in, and it reaches out. That's a cool little scare. That's a nice little non-violent, cute jump scare. And he has the stitching down his chest and everything. And then Justin Long is freaking out, or Derry, whatever. He's freaking the fuck out. And I mean, he overacts a bit when he's scared and stuff, when he's trying to play like a terrified person, like just like his long, and that's like his face, like for like minutes, like, he overacts a bit with that. Like in a decent amount of movies, in horror movies, that like he's supposed to act like scared and stuff. Like he doesn't do the whole scared thing too well. Like it's not terrible, it's not bad, it's fine. It's a little bit of overacting. Now I lost my place. Oh, the lair, the creeper's lair and everything, with the bodies everywhere and stitched together, like all over the walls and the ceiling and everything, which is funny that he mentions later to the cops and stuff, like it was like a twisted version of the Sistine Chapel. Because when I first saw this movie, I was thinking the same thing. Like when they were in that scene and stuff with Derry looking up and seeing all the bodies and stuff all over the ceiling, I was like, dude, it's like fucking artwork on the church ceiling. And then he brings up the Sistine Chapel and stuff. I laughed at that. That was funny. But it looks really cool. And that's the girl that they were talking about at the beginning when they were driving at the beginning, right? When they were saying that there was like a legend from like 20 years ago that there was a couple going to prom and everything, and they were never found. They never found her head or something like that. And then when he's down there, he sees the class ring. And then he sees the girl and the stitching around her neck that he stitched her head back on. And then when he gets back in the car, he says it. He says, like she did lose her head. And you know what he did? He stitched it back on for her. He just sewed it back on. I don't know why I never noticed that. Like, this is a franchise that, like, I don't love it. I don't dislike it. I like it. I mean, I've seen this movie maybe 7, 8 times over the years. I've seen the second one less than that. Like when I watched the second one, like a few days ago, that was like basically almost like a new watch, because I didn't remember most of that movie. I just remember them being on a bus, and it was like a football team or a basketball team, basketball I think, because they mentioned it in the third one, and that's it basically. And that it had that. Pretty sure that was the dude who was. Malcolm in the middle, Malcolm's older brother, Francis's like stupid friend. Isn't that him? Who plays Scotty, the dickhead in the second one? We'll talk about it in the second one. But yeah, I didn't remember much from that either. And then I never saw the third movie. I just heard for the last few years how terrible it was. And then I watched it. And we'll talk about that in the third one, because Jesus. But yeah, for some reason I never... Maybe I just wasn't paying attention at the very beginning of the movie, like when they're talking about the couple who disappeared and stuff and the head was never found. Or maybe I just wasn't paying attention in general. I don't know. But never picked up on that. I'm sure maybe I did and I forgot, but like, I don't know. On this rewatch, I was like, oh, that's right. That's the people they were talking about at the beginning, that couple. Then we get Giselle's call when they get to the diner or restaurant, whatever it is. And I don't know why, like, Derry's trying to keep the phone call like a secret from his sister. Like, she's trying to listen in, and like he moves the phone away and everything. So like, why? Like, this is your sister. She's just seen the same shit as you. Like, wouldn't you want her to have all this like vital information, like coming from this, like stranger who we have no idea who she is, but like her whole little phone call and stuff. I love Giselle in this movie. Like, she does a good job playing that role, and mentioning the song and everything, and then saying like, "Did you see the cats yet?" Which they haven't. And then saying about Jeepers Creepers, and that if you hear this song, you run like you've never run before. And she's such a great character. And they rush out saying that somebody tells them that the creeper that somebody was going through their car, through their laundry and everything. So the creeper went through Derry's fucking dirty ass laundry that Trish kept saying earlier how fucking disgusting it smells and everything. So he went through and sniffed his fucking dirty ass drawers and everything. And then like Derry comes out and he's like, "You even got my fucking name." And so, who stitches their name, their full name on their underwear, on their boxers, anything like that? That's fucking weird, man. Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I could see you putting your name on like a backpack or like, on a computer, a laptop or something like that. But your fucking boxers, why? Like, if you lose your boxers for some reason, 99.9% chance you're not going to want them back. Even if somebody returned them saying like, "Oh, I found these, have your name on it." Yeah, you can just throw those in the trash. So like, why put your name on that? I don't know. That makes no fucking sense. I love the little pan up shot after that with Trish looking up at the sky and it just kind of pans back up to the sky with her looking up. That's a cool shot. I enjoy that shot every time I watch this for some reason. I don't know. The whole cop scene when they're driving and the cops are following them and the cover song of Jeepers Creepers starts playing. He's freaking out saying, "That's the song, that's the song." And like, he just pulls the one cop out of the window and he decapitates the other one. That whole scene is awesome. Really cool stuff. And then like, the cop car stops and they get out of their car. And Trish is like slowly approaching the cop car saying, "Hello? Like, are you guys okay in there? Are you okay?" Really? You have to ask that after the shit that you've seen so far. And the shit that Derry's seen especially, like down in the fucking basement of the church. All those bodies. You're not putting two and two together that these fucking cops are dead? Like, just from them stopping the car and just sitting there without immediately getting out of the car and being like, "What happened?" or anything like that. It's just a silent car that's running and she just keeps asking, "Are you okay?" Like, "Hello, are you there?" After the first, "Are you alright?" and no one answers, that's it. Like, get back in the car and it's time to go. Like, really? Like, they stick around? Like, I don't know. Fucking, there's so many weird shit decisions in this movie and this whole series. But that whole scene, though, is awesome. And right after that, having the creeper eat the cop's tongue out of his severed head and stuff, awesome. Even more awesome, which I just noticed on this rewatch, is having him eat the tongue out of the severed head of the cop in front of a billboard that says, "Tastes so darn good." That's awesome. That's fucking hysterical. Like, I just noticed that on this rewatch. That he's eating this person's fucking tongue out of his severed head right in front of a billboard for like barbecue or something, and it says, the tagline is like, it tastes so goddamn good or god darn good. That's so funny. Clever little detail there. I've never noticed, and this is like blasphemous to me, never noticed that the old cat lady is Eileen Brennan, who plays Mrs. Peacock in Clue, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Clue is one of my absolute favorite movies and one of my most watched movies of all time. I've seen that movie over 100 times. More than that, maybe. Like, since I was a kid. Love Clue. And I could not believe, after like half a dozen, maybe more, like I said, like watches of this movie, I never noticed that was Miss Peacock. I mean, she's really old here and stuff, but like, this rewatch, for some reason, like, certain ways that she delivered lines and stuff, wait a minute. I said, is that fucking Eileen Brennan? And I looked it up, and it was Eileen Brennan. And I said, dude, how have I never noticed that? That's fucking insane. Clue's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I love Mrs. Peacock in that, and I love Eileen Brennan as an actress. And just not noticing that, like, 7 times, 8 watches or so, like, in a row, like, that's fucking weird, man. I don't know how I never know. Like I said, she's very, much older than back in, the late 80s for Clue and everything, but like still, like, she has such a distinctive face and voice, but the way she's made up and everything, like, I guess it's easy to not notice that. But I was like disappointed in myself. I was like, you call yourself a fan of fucking Clue, you didn't even know that was Miss Peacock. I love Miss Peacock. I love that whole movie. And that whole scene, just with the cat lady, Mrs. Peacock, and him acting like a scarecrow, which the crows are very prevalent through this whole series. And he is like a scarecrow, but they like him. So he's like a cum crow. I don't know. Fucking give your own name to it. He's the opposite of a scarecrow. He doesn't scare them off. He fucking attracts them, which is, it's cool. That's a cool little idea to have a thing that's kind of like a scarecrow, have crows attracted to it. Neat little idea. But yeah, that whole scene, and then when she comes out with the shotgun and fucking shoots at him, and he flies up onto the roof and crashes through the ceiling, and then she goes inside and she's like more concerned about her cats and everything. And then when he comes out, like, and it looks like it's just like her, but I mean, she's dead, but just the way they shoot it and everything is cool, like with like her face there, and then like you see his face behind it, and he's just like holding the back of her head like a fucking puppet, and like throws her down. And then they wait so long in this movie. Every time something happens, they just wait and stare. Get the fuck out of there. Like, really? Like, come on, man. Like, all of these scenes, like when there's something happening with the creeper and they're there to witness it, they just stare. And yeah, of course, it's something you can't comprehend, you've never seen before, and you're scared out of your mind. I get it. Still, fucking self-preservation, survival instinct is gonna kick in over fucking that. Like, and I just don't get why they just sit there and just kill time and twiddle their dicks in their hands and just like, all right, I guess, like, getting a head start isn't worth anything. I don't know. Fucking they do that so many times with the cop car and stuff, and then once he gets out of the cop car and he's eating the tongue out of the head and stuff, they're still sitting there watching it. Then with right after that, after the cat lady's killed, they're still standing there, like, even though after, like, they should have been gone as soon as they saw him as a scarecrow and him get off and then get shot and he jumped on the roof. They should have been, all right, we gotta go, peace. Because everywhere these people go, they just get anyone that they go to murdered. Like, absolutely. And it's ridiculous. What happened to him on that third jump? Like, when she kept trying to run him over and she goes forward and he just leaps right over it, like walks right over the top of the car. And then the second time she backs up, he just walks right over the car again. And then the third time, like, yeah, she tried tricking him a little bit. But, like, what happened there? Like, he couldn't, like, he can just fly straight up in the air, as we've seen in this series, like, in a split second. So as soon as he saw that she was moving the car again, he couldn't get out of the way. Like the first 2 times, it seemed like it could have went all day. Like, she could have just kept trying to run him over, and he could have just kept going 100 fucking times without breaking a sweat. And then he just falls for that shit, or just didn't get out of the way in time. Like, I don't know. That's kind of weird to me, that he still couldn't just fly straight up in the air and get away from the car. And then we have Giselle at the police station, shows up and starts giving more of her psychic visions and explaining stuff. And then I love how they ask her, When Dari says, "Who's the one?" Like, who is it? Who's the one that it wants? Like, who's the one screaming alone in the dark with the song playing? And she looks over at Trish, and that makes them both think that she means it's Trish. But she's looking away from him because she doesn't want to look at him and let him know that it's him. I think that's really cool. That's very well done and clever to make you think that it's Trish. Even though, like, the whole movie, I basically, like, once they start saying he's after one of them and stuff, that he smells something that he wants from you, I pretty much knew it was Justin Long. But they do a good job with that. And why does Trish not believe Giselle? Like, she is a bitch to Giselle. Like, when he's like, yeah, like, she's saying some disturbing shit and it's scaring the fuck out of both of them. But, like, this woman's just trying to help you. Like, this woman's a fucking psychic, supposedly. And the whole town knows her as a psychic. Like, this crazy old woman and stuff. And she said that the cop said that she helped on a missing persons case and whatever. So, like, she's known as a crazy old woman / possible psychic. And this comes into play in the next movie, which I'll bring up then. But, like, she's pissed at Giselle and keeps saying, like, come on, Derek, you don't have to listen to this crazy bullshit. Like, you already believe in this creature. You've seen it. So is it so far-fetched to believe this woman's psychic and saw all these visions and is trying to fucking help you? I don't know. Like, I'd be kissing her feet. Like, at that moment, like, please tell me anything you know, just anything that'll help us. I mean, like, please, like, keep on spouting that shit out your mouth. And she just keeps fucking yelling at Giselle and shit, and, like, just putting her down. It's like, fuck you, lady. I'm just here trying to help you. I'm putting my own fucking life in jeopardy just coming here to help you assholes. She should have just left right there, Giselle. The shot of it, the creeper eating the prisoner in the jail cell with the light shining on it and everything, awesome looking. Looks so cool. Just the sound of him eating away at this prisoner and everything, and just the position he's crouched in and the wings you can see, and just awesome shots. Looks really, really cool. Then the whole scene with the stairway and stuff, with the cops on the stairway on the top, and they're talking through the walkie-talkies and stuff to the cops below in the holding cells, and they're saying, like, we can't find him, he's gone, and, like, just the whole, there's such a tense scene. Then them saying that we lost him, he's heading right up towards you guys. And then they're looking around, they can't find him anywhere. Awesome tension in that scene. Then he's just hanging upside down like a bat and fucking comes down and just, like, looks like he just eats the guy's heart out of his fucking back, right? Because then you just see the fucking hole in his back, in his chest and everything, and you can see the fucking flashlights the lights going through it. Awesome stuff. We get another cool shot with the double mirror with the creeper and Trish on either side of it. And the creeper is, like, coming up close to it and sniffing it and trying to sniff her through it and everything. And then he just breaks through the mirror and tries to grab her. Awesome stuff with the two-way mirror. And then holding Dari when he's about to take off with him, with the lights shining on him. Then those fucking, like, I don't even know what to call it, like those, like, things that come up on his head on all sides and, like, just, like, come out. Yeah! Awesome shit, man. And that was my best creeper impersonation that you'll never hear again. But, like, the sounds that he makes in this movie and the rest of the movies, and his appearance, the whole design of the creeper and stuff. In this movie, the second movie, not so much the third one, but awesome. And, like, when those things fucking flap out from his head and everything, and, like, his eyes, the way they look, and just, like, the light shining on him, awesome. Like, looks so fucking good. And then we have Trish bargaining for Dari's life and stuff and saying, take me, like, because they're twins, right? No, they're not twins, because isn't she in a higher grade? Isn't she, like, he's like a freshman in college, and she's like, or maybe they are twins. I don't fucking know. Like, but like they're sister and brother is what she's trying to say, and saying that like everything that he has, I have, and I'm stronger and stuff. And then like he just doesn't like, nah, peace, like, and breaks out the fucking window. Like, I want his fucking eyes, like, and ends up fucking flying away with him. And can you imagine seeing your brother being fucking flown away by some crazy bat-like human creature? Like, that's fucking sick. That's insane shit. And then we have the ending when he's moved to like some abandoned factory, it looks like, or something like that, and the crows are all there, which awesome shots of the factory. And then we see Derry's eyes missing down in the basement of the factory with Jeepers Creepers playing on the phonograph. Where did he get a fucking phonograph? That's what I want to know. He's only alive 23 days every 23 years. And he's like spending most of that time hunting people and eating and killing people. Where do you have time to go find a phonograph or even know how it works? Who knows? That's a stupid nitpick of mine, like always. But just like, and seeing him like as a seamstress almost, that he's like Leatherface, like he's fucking like sewing all body parts together and skin together, and like when you see Derry's body and stuff, like he's all hollowed out. Like, it's just the front of his body. Like, on, like, a stand or something. He looks like a fucking... whatchamacallit? Like a stand-up cardboard figure. Like, it was just, like, the front of him, and then the whole back of his head and body is missing. And then you just see his eyes, fucking the holes in his eyes and stuff, and then just the creeper puts his eye through it, which is Gary's eyes now. You know? And awesome movie. Really enjoy it. Like I said, I don't love it. It's not something I rewatch often, but I highly enjoy it. So let's move on to Jeepers Creepers 2, coming up soon.